from people who, one person, Joseph, says, we live in Florida, and there are some people here who believe that hot, humid weather will kill the virus, so with the implication that it might not affect them and they may not need to take some of this guidance and orders seriously. What's the latest scientific thinking on that, and how should people who have that question respond?
Okay, it's a good question. I'll try to make it as succinct as possible. Putting coronavirus aside, in general, respiratory illnesses such as influenza and the relatively benign common cold viruses tend to do very well in cold, dry weather. And when warm, moist weather comes, people go outside, they're not congregated indoors, and viruses generally like cold, dry weather versus warm, moist weather. That is a fact, but we have no idea, since this is a brand new virus, whether this virus is going to follow that paradigm, and whether or not when it gets warm in the northern hemisphere, I live in Washington, we're just at the end of our winter and the beginning of spring, we cannot absolutely expect it's going to go down, although most of the time with other viruses it does. So when someone in California says, in general, viruses don't do very well, the fact is you've really got to be careful, because you're dealing with a unique virus whose characteristics and behavior are unclear to us right now.
All right, so you talked a little bit about the projections, but a lot of people are asking, what should we expect over the coming weeks and months ahead? How long should we expect these kind of orders to be in place, and how long should we generally expect that to be on high alert for? Anything that you can give in terms of guidance for what people should expect in the weeks and months ahead, I think would be useful.
Yeah, that's a good question, Mark. I mean, when the guidance and the guidelines and the suggestions were put out officially from the government, it was said as a 15-day period. That does not mean it's only going to be 15 days. It means at the end of 15 days, we'll reevaluate and see if what we've done have had any noticeable impact, and is it worth going on. I would project personally, though it's always dangerous to make these kinds of projections, that we will go longer than 2 weeks. Because if you look at what the virus has done in other countries, it doesn't just turn around over a week and a half or two. It tends to go up. The stronger your mitigation activities are, the less the impact will be. But I believe it likely will be more than just 2 weeks.
Then what do you think the likelihood is of another wave of this, either in the